Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, SunshinehazeCo. I am Aja A, for those of you that have never seen one of my videos. Before I even get started, I apologize for sounding like a frog. I caught like a little baby cold, which I'm still like trying to kick, but I'm not really sick. Bars. So please bear with me, but I did want to get this information up and out to y'all before the full moon happens. So with that being said, this video is on the Aries full moon. Pause. For those of y'all that are just getting into astrology or that may not know really what that means, the full moon symbolizes a time where the moon is opposite the earth and the side facing us is illuminated. So it's a bright light in the sky. We can really see the full moon is associated with the energy of clarity, illumination, also of release and cleansing. The moon is ruled by water. Dang, I always do that. I always want you guys to think I have on like a super cute outfit, but I definitely have on sweats. So from here up, we made it happen. From here down, we did not. As I was saying, full moon, time of clarity, time of illumination, time of cleansing and healing as well. This time around, the full moon is in the fire sign of Aries. Aries is cardinal. Aries is intense. So with that being said, before I even get started, this full moon is, or this full moon shadow and the energy associated with this full moon is going to be pretty intense for a lot of us, especially, well, I guess on both sides. If you've got a lot of Aries or a lot of, you know, water elements in your chart, being as the moon is ruled by water, or even if you don't, these two energies, they clash, fire and water. So going to be a pretty intense time for a lot of us, and I will go into the energy that we're going to be dealing with now. So this full moon is happening on Saturday, tomorrow, October 13th. It's happening at, I think 5, let me look at my notes, 5:08, yeah, 5:08 at night, and that is Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you live, do your calculations. This full moon is in the sign of Aries. So for those of you guys that know any Aries, Aries are very vibrant people. They are very, a lot of Aries, people with a lot of Aries energy, I would consider them go-getters. They have that fire, that drive, that motivation, that will and call to action. So Aries energy that we'll be dealing with during the next couple of weeks as we round out the Libra lunar cycle is, you know, going to be very intense. We're definitely going to be feeling this energy of really wanting to make things move and really putting in action and putting in work in regards to our goals. But I think most importantly, what the energy is coming up for us collectively, and it's going to sound a little interesting because it's kind of tipping onto Aries shadow side. So if you guys know any Aries, or if you know anything about Aries energy, you know in the shadow aspect, Aries can be considered selfish. The energy that we're going to be dealing with for the next couple of weeks is a me energy. So, you know, and selfishness is not always a bad thing, especially when it comes to bettering yourself or your life or your living conditions or your energy. There is a saying, you can't help anybody else until you help yourself. So during this full moon, during this lunation, during the next couple of weeks coming off of this energy, that is what we are going to be putting out and dealing with, is helping ourselves before we start to help other people. Underneath the Libra lunar cycle, Libra is a sign associated with the we and with the collective and with others and relationships. Aries is the sign associated with the self. Aries is the self sign. So during the next couple of weeks, as we finish up October, we're going to be in this space to where we're feeling like, okay, we're really going to be feeling this kind of, you know, as we came off of Leo season, we were feeling this passion to move forward in the things that we are, you know, passionate about. During the next couple of weeks, as we round out October, we're going to be dealing with, okay, we know what we're passionate about. We've started to do the work. We're having a little bit of this perspective shift with this Libra energy coming in. So now we're in this space of, okay, well, I know all of these things, but what is stopping me from actually doing it? With the full moon, that's where we come in with this illumination to see, okay, this is what's holding me back. These are the habits that I need to break. This is what I need to start doing in order to get myself onto the path so that I can walk in and get to those spaces and places that I want to be in. It's a me time, and honestly, and I'll be honest with you guys, this Aries full moon energy, having this me energy, this, okay, I gotta figure shit out for myself, that's really what we're dealing with for the next couple of weeks, is what's not working for us, what hasn't been working for us, what have we learned, what have we started to do, and how can we actually make moves in order to make everything come together for us. Going into Scorpio solar season, which will be coming up next, in Scorpio lunar season, we'll be dealing with more me energy, just in a different aspect, or we'll be doing a lot of work, making a lot of moves, really flowing through it once we come into Scorpio season. But as we're coming in with this Aries full moon, there are some things that we got to figure out with that illumination, that clarity that we've got to clear out with the cleansing element of the full moon, and that we will be able to see, again, coming in with the illumination and the clarity of the full moon, in order to make moves in the way that we need to make them, in order to get to where it is that we need to be, okay? The only other thing that I really wanted to talk about with this Aries full moon energy is, what? Y'all, I was not going to use my notes for this video, and I can't even read what I wrote there. So, but I know what I was going to talk about. So I kind of touched on this a little bit. Aries is cardinal. Aries starts off the spring season. Aries also starts off the astrological year. So year. Aries comes in with this let's get her done energy. It also comes in with this, okay, we've got new places and new spaces to be in. We want a new and a fresh start. So again, with the full moon, what is it that needs to be done in order to find ourselves in that space and in that position to actually embark upon these new journeys that are coming in for ourselves? We are now in the fall season. We are now in the season of change, and this Aries energy is coming in, especially because Aries, as I said, starts off the astrological year. We started this astrological year with these intentions to have new things come in for us, and as we are now halfway into this astrological year with this Aries full moon, those things that we were intending and trying to manifest back in April when we got into this energy are starting to come up for us now. We're really starting to see, okay, what is really holding me back from that? What do I gotta do in order to achieve that goal that I set for myself back at the start of this astrological year? You guys will really start to see these things pop up. I'm thinking about the intentions that I was writing and the things that I was trying to get pop off back in April, and how they're starting to slowly but surely pop up and manifest in the physical. And that is something that a lot of us will see happening over the next couple of weeks. And then when Scorpio season comes around, it's I don't want to say we're going to go quiet, but we are going to fall under the radar, and we're going to be doing diligent work in order to make all that shit happen, okay? Okay, very quickly, on the shadow side, and I said this a little bit earlier, Aries can be a little bit selfish, and although the energy for this next couple of weeks is me energy, just try not to take any casualties along the way, you know? Aries can be a little impulsive when they're not operating to their highest good. So as you're making these moves, as you're figuring these things out, understand that this is a full moon. You don't necessarily have to actually in the physical make the moves. This is the time for you to figure it out, for you to see what moves need to be made. So just be mindful. Don't move too quick. Don't do anything too sudden, because the energy for us right now, everybody is very prone to, you know, taking some L's or causing other people to take L's along the way and trying to get to the goals that we're trying to achieve for ourselves. So just be mindful. Keep other people and other people's feelings in consideration as you are figuring these things out, as you're communicating during this month. Remember, we still are underneath the Libra lunar cycle energy, which is air. Just keep other people and other people's hearts and spirits in mind as you make moves, or as you start to think about making moves during the next couple of weeks with this Aries lunar cycle energy. You don't want to, like I said, cause any casualties along the way. Karma is a very real thing, so just be mindful about that. And then also in regards to being selfish, think about that me energy and think about what is really needed for you, and don't do anything with negative intentions. Don't do anything with ill will behind it. The way that you move, the energy that you put into things is the energy that comes back within it, or that it turns out with. So, you know, you putting bad, negative, stank energy, sneaky energy into whatever it is that you're doing, causing people to take L's along the way. Like your shit might pop off for a second, but in the long run, you'll see it start to kind of crumble and fall apart because it wasn't built upon a solid and a moral foundation. So just keep those things in mind as you move through these next couple of weeks, and keep those things in mind as other people move around you. Try not to get caught up and burned in the process. We are dealing with Aries energy, and I did say that this is going to be a pretty intense time. So stay on your toes, and, you know, stay on your toes and make the best possible moves. You do have that Libra perceptive energy for this lunar cycle as well, okay? All right, very quickly, I want to talk a little bit about the numerology. This lunation, this full moon, is happening in 20 degrees. So you've got the number 2, which is amplified by the number 0. 2 is coming in with this energy of harmony, of balance, of peace, of things coming together. So there's actually big Libra energy there with this Libra lunar cycle, and then you've got 0, which amplifies that energy. And I would say for this lunation that 0 energy can be associated with fire, and 0 is connected to cycles. It's infinity, it's endings and beginnings, and we are in the season of change. So we're now deep in it. Well, not deep in it, we're right at the beginning of it, but we're in it. We're now in this season of change, and so everything that is shifting, all of these things that you're starting to see, y'all, they are happening so that things can come together, so that things can start to balance out. You know, it's talking about tip the scales in the Libra video, and in the tarot forecast, you know, we're tipping the scales, figuring shit out so that we can balance these things out, so that we can really, like I said earlier, embark upon these journeys that we really have envisioned for ourselves to get us to these places and spaces that we need to be in order to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves, okay? This moon is happening on in 8 days, so even more so tied to karma and cycles and infinity, and also stability, and also exponential growth when we're dealing with the number 8. So this lunation, all of these things, this me energy, everything that we're starting to see and starting to understand during the next couple of weeks is really coming in for us, so that we can really set ourselves up for, and not just set ourselves up for, because we've been doing that all year, but really be in the work and be in the energy of this new chapter that we're all supposed to be in. Energetically, we're all supposed to be shifting into a new chapter by this at this point, okay? So yeah, this full moon for Aries is really like, figure out what's good for yourself, and once you figure that out, start contemplating and calculating in order to really get it popping when Scorpio season rolls around, okay? The people that are going to be the most affected by this moon are people with their personal planets, sun, moon, or rising in Aries in 20 degrees, or anybody with a lot of Aries in their chart, anybody with a lot of fire in their chart, a lot of cardinal energy, so Libra, Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, and people with a lot of 20-degree aspects in their chart as well. You will definitely see these shifts on a more intense or even a more physical level. It'll be a little bit more noticeable for you. And anybody with any of those aspects, wherever that's placed in your chart, you'll probably see a little bit of a shift there, okay? And that's really it. Oh, if you do intentions, this is a good time to write intentions and release in regards to things holding you back on your personal goals and your personal journeys, especially in regards to action and passion, and also in regards to perspective in how you get to the money, how you get it done, okay? That's really it. That's all I want to talk to you guys about as far as this Aries, I was going to say lunar cycle. We're not there yet. As far as this Aries full moon goes, check out the Libra lunar cycle video. We're dealing with that energy for the next couple of weeks along with this Aries full moon energy. I also have the Libra lunar cycle tarot forecast, which are good for the month of October, up as well. Check those out. And I am having a fall sale, so if you want your cards read, or you want your own personalized numerology report, or astrology natal chart report, or I got chakra jewelry too, and some new products going up as well, go on and check out my links in the description box down below. That's it for my shameless plugs. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.